find my way back to you, until you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone, until you find your way back home. Find your way back home. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Until you find your way back home. I can't regret leaving you alone, until you find your way back
Gentlemen, subscribers of Lyndhurst XM Army. It's a little bit warmer. It's only about -2 right now, so it's not super cold. But anyways, as you can see, we've updated our channel stallion with the 2021 1000 Renegade XMR, courtesy of Bay Marine. Now, a couple things are different. Obviously, I got twice the horsepower. The diff lock is the main big one, so you got 4 locks, so essentially you have an actual locking front diff as opposed to having that visco lock. Now you have both, so you can still rip through the trails and the snow in the visco and still have pretty good traction. And then when you're in the mud, obviously you need all 4 tires to be spinning. You just hit it again and then you get into 4 lock. So as you can tell, pretty excited. I just took it on its first 20 kilometers here around the yard, so I did quite a bit of driving around. But yeah, so this is probably the last time you're gonna see it like this. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that we're gonna change, especially when it comes down to the XMR units and the way we ride. There's a couple things you want to do right off the bat. So we're gonna start off with the steering stem. Okay, now that's a Seco or a Seco or Seco. I don't know what how you pronounce the guy's last name, but anyways, it's a racing steering stem brace. And what happens is these steering stems are very flimsy, and we have these mud straps up here, as you can see, right? And obviously when you're leaning on these, you're putting a lot of weight on that steering stem. When that breaks, that's a very big job to replace that steering stem. So to prevent that, they have a steering stem brace, which essentially is just one long shaft that drives directly into the steering stem, and it essentially stiffens it, so it strengthens it. So with all that rocking and rolling you're going to be doing on that steering stem there, it won't break. So that's what we want to prevent. The next thing we're going to do from there will be clutches. Now that's just because I want to go from these cryptids and I want to run 31-inch Moto Havocs. So that's just going to help the bike overall spin those, especially in thick stuff come spring and summertime. Now that's all for the essentials. The rest of it is purely aesthetic. I've never owned a 1000 before, so I don't know much about the overheating issues or the heating issues. With my last bike, the 570, I had the rad relocate. I had no issues overheating whatsoever. I am going to do a rad relocate with this only because I want to get ahead of those issues if they do present themselves. So that's going to be at the front, and I am going with the bumper and rad relocate, not just the rad relocate. So it will not look like this. From there, it's going to be a wrap, so all of the plastics are going to be completely different. And I'm going to change the rims and the tires. So I'm going to go with an MSA rim combined with an EFX Moto Havoc tire, 31 by 8.5 by 14. So I keep those relatively large for when I'm going through all the mud and whatnot. For the clutches, I'm going to run a CV Tech clutch and an EPI white spring. Obviously again, this is a 1000, so I'm not sure how the CV Tech and how the spring are gonna impact it, but obviously we're gonna find out and we're gonna let you know how that goes. Then we got halos, so that's just basically to change the aesthetics of the bike. There's no performance difference with those. We're gonna put some risers on the handlebars as well, mainly because I'm 6 foot. So for me, standing up riding is what I like to do, so it's not very comfortable when the handlebars are really low, right, to stand up and ride. So we're going to make sure that we put the handlebar risers on there so we can maximize our height, just to make it more comfortable. We're also going to be putting a back rack on. If you watch a lot of our videos, we like to ride on the back, and obviously these fenders, you know, you don't want to be stepping on those and bending bars. So with that rack, it's going to cover the whole thing so we can stand up on the back there, do our wheelies and whatnot and what have you. But yeah, so that's going to be it for performance and aesthetic.